Someone's gonna have to explain this sale to me. All right, actually, I'll just do it. Let's get into it. Another week, another list, broadcasting from somewhere in Washington State. Gem, we're not at a convention this week.
That's right, we just got back from Chicago from C2E2, but this list still has books on fire from announcements at San Diego.
Hit that like, slap the subscribe button. Do it for Comic Butch, and at the list at number 10, we have Thunderbolts, Incredible Hulk, issue number 449, debuting in 1997.
That's right, the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. Kevin Feige announced that a Thunderbolts movie will conclude the MCU's Phase 5. Now, Key Collector did report on this back in February of 2019 that a Thunderbolts series was in development. Looks like they turned it into a movie.
A CGC 8.5 sold this week for $172. That's 34% higher than its $128 12-month average.
A CGC 9.8 newsstand came to market with its third highest sale of all time, selling for $1,600. During the comic boom of 2021, it saw heights of $2,100. Now it's in between a $1,500 and $2,000 book.
And then we have a 9.8 direct market copy record breaker, kind of. Okay, let's get into it. We know that the all-time high for a direct market copy was $1,150. And this past week on Heritage, we saw a sale for $2,160. What is going on? It just doesn't make sense. It's not a newsstand copy, and the all-time record for a newsstand, as Gem just stated, was $2,100 back in 2021. Either this was an anomaly, something that you shouldn't even consider as valuable information as it pertains to deciding if you should throw your investment dollars down, or there was something exceptional about this comic book.
Yeah, was it just such a beautiful copy with a nice wrap? Does it have 9.9 potential? Why did a buyer pay so much for this book on Heritage?
Well, I'll tell you, the direct market copy 9.8 had a high sale this week of $876, which is 30% higher than its 12-month average of $672. I want to know the community's thoughts about this absurdly high selling price for this key comic book. The Omni-Man I sit in front of is an invincible Tyler Kirkham variant that you could win by commenting down below. Let me know. And at the list at number 9, we have Iron Man, issue number 55. We're talking about Thanos again, Gem.
Or are we talking about Star Fox? Or are we talking about Drax the Destroyer, who will conclude his arc in Guardians Volume 3? Now, we don't have any record breakers, but we have some strong sales to report on, including a CGC 3.5, which is 2% higher than its 12-month average, selling for $475.
Look at this 6.5 selling for $835. That's 3% higher than its 12-month average of $813.
And then the 7.0 is performing well also, up 8% from its 12-month average, selling for $925.
Do yourself a favor, comic fam. Download Key Collector Comics, the best comic app in the multiverse. Use code TOM101 to support the show and get access to a free 2-week subscription of the app. Surf it in its entirety. Look at categories, suggested pricing, catalog your comics, and so much more at the list at number 8. Avengers number 8, Kang's first appearance. Gem, this book was number 1 on the Hot 10 last week.
That's right, we got the Avengers Kang Dynasty announcement, pushing this book to number 1, still making the list here today, and we do have some high-performing books. We have a CGC 2.5. It's up 19% from its 12-month average, selling for $745. The 2.5 was actually the highest sale this year for that grade.
A 5.0 is up 14%, selling for $1,650. The 12-month average was $1,445, and it didn't stop there. An increase of 2% over its 12-month average is $6.5, selling for $2,100. Hot damn.
And just like we're going to get back-to-back in the MCU from the Kang Dynasty to Secret Wars, number 7 on the list is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Issue 1.
Secret Wars was hitting number 2 last week. This book has been flying off of the eBay shelf. A 9.0 hit $109. That's up 27% over its 12-month average. The 9.2 sold for $120, up 28% over its 12-month average.
But it didn't stop there. The CGC 9.4 sold for $145, which is also 27% above its 12-month average. A 9.6 selling for $275, which is 67% over its 12-month average. And then the 9.8 made a debut, selling for $910, 59% over its average.
And now at the list at number 6, Gem, my jaw dropped this weekend when you gave away a Batman Adventures number 12, debuting in 1993 and coming in midway through our Hot 10. Hot damn.
That's right. It was meant to be. Somebody came across the Whatnot booth. They wanted to sell it, and I figured, man, this would be an awesome giveaway to end C2E2. The book is on fire now as well because The Joker 2 has been rumored to have Lady Gaga portraying Harley Quinn in the sequel.
We know she's in the movie, but will she portray Harley Quinn? I'm down to see her take on the role. A 7.5 hit $580 this week. Over the last 12 months, that book's been hitting on average $517. The 8.0 hitting $599 this week is 10% over its 12-month average.
We have a CGC 9.6, which sold for $1,440, which is 16% above its 12-month average. But we have a record-breaking newsstand to report on, a 6.5 to be exact. Now, it sold for $550 back in December. It's up 13%, now selling for $620.
Ooh, we got a newsstand record breaker, comic fam, at the list at number 5. Avengers 25 Silver Age Kirby goodness. Yeah, I'll take it. Debuting in 1966, we have the first battle between the Avengers and Dr. Doom.
Which has got to happen if we're going to have Secret Wars, and we have all record breakers to discuss. A 4.5 sold for $225 back in March. It's up 18%, now selling for $265. A 6.5 sold for $360 in 2021, and that's up 78%, selling for $642.
And look at this 8.5 selling for $850 just this past July, up 6%, now selling for an easy $900. And I looked up the census count. Nay. Fire Guy Ryan did. And there are only 4 9.8s on the CGC census, and we haven't seen one sell in over a decade. And when it did, it sold for $6,000. Hot damn.
Which brings us to number 4 on the list, Daredevil 168, the first appearance of Electra, and it's also Frank Miller's first solo written work on the title. We have a slew of copies to report on because they got to do something with 18 episodes for this Born Again series.
The book is trending above its 12-month average sales across multiple grades, and we do have a record breaker. An 8.0 going for $368 this week is up 18% over its 12-month average. The 9.0 selling for $550 is up 22% over its 12-month average as well.
The 9.2 got in on the action with a $570 sale, 14% above its average, just like the 9.4 selling for $769, which is 11% above its average.
Comic fam, I think this next person got a steal of a deal because they bought it under its 12-month average. We have a 9.8 that has been trending around $6,000, and someone scooped one up for $5,520 this week.
Now, you mentioned there was a record breaker, and it's a slight record breaker, but a CGC 8.5 sold for $552, which is up from its $550 all-time high.
$2 still counts, Gem, at the list at number 3. Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. Debuting in 1984. I don't even know. This doesn't even seem like a key book. What's going on with this? I'm just kidding.
It was number 4 on last week's Hot 10, and they got to do something with that little piece of symbiote that Eddie Brock left behind when he was transported back to his universe.
We have the origin of that black suit debuting in comic books during the first Marvel event. We have to see this take place. Imagine Tom Holland getting venomized, or at least just wearing that dope black suit. We have a Mark Jewelers 8.0 selling for $200 this week. There are no prior sales data on this book as a Mark Jewelers in that grade, and $200 seems like a steal of a deal to me.
You got to love that Mark Jeweler insert. We have a direct copy and a CGC 9.0, which sold for $285 back in March, up 40%, now selling for $399. But there were 2 other sales under $300 just days later.
So we had a 9.0 record breaker and some members scooping some up before it went any higher. I dig it. We have a newsstand 9.2. That broke records this week, last selling for $375 in May, up 6%, now selling for nearly $400, landing at $398.
Selling for about $30 more than the same grade but direct market edition, we have a CGC 9.6 newsstand to report on, selling for $641 back in February, up just 1%, selling for $650, but it's still about $100 higher than its direct market counterpart.
And I have a huge announcement, Gem. We're going to announce 2 different exclusives guaranteed this month. Aside from the Gambit 1, Traitress or Virgin going out 1 per box, Chris Claremont Peach Momoko cover, we have a Davi Go Flavor Girls daytime and nightmare variant going out 1 per box, not both. And then we teamed up with Reggie Collects. You know he just wrote his first comic book. We have Isolation #1 going out 1 per box, a Tomb of Dracula 1 homage by Nate Made It. Because when it's dope, it's very likely that Nate made it.
Comic Tom 101 to join the mystery mail call. Links in the description. Bringing us to number 2, Sandman, issue 1. I hear the series starts off with a bang, gets a little bit slower, but overall, I'm hearing fans are digging it.
I'm still catching up on Paper Girls, damn it. All right, but I will be watching Sandman. We have a 7.0 hitting $200, which is 14% over its $175 average. This doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes when the show debuts, I'm thinking of The Boys, for example, Paper Girls, for example, as I already foreshadowed. The book sometimes cools off a little bit, and it's moving up. Good things.
We got a CGC 8.0 for the first appearance of Dream, aka Morpheus, selling for $190, 10% above his 12-month average, but still $10 shy of the 7.0.
This book is tough and high grade. Bad paper quality, gets roughed up, color up really easily. So it's no surprise that the 9.0 is up, selling for $260, 10% over its 12-month average. The 9.2 hitting $250. It can't even keep up with the 9.0, up 8% over its 12-month. And then the 9.4 selling for $350, 19% over its 12-month average, which was $295. It's averaging above $300.
The 9.6 is on its way up as well, selling for $500, which is 29% above its $388 average. This was actually also the highest sale of 2022 for that grade.
So the comic fam's got to do us a solid and hit the like and subscribe button, but I want to go one step further and invite you to join Gem and myself. We're going to Seattle. It's like 40 minutes away, but GemMint is flying up. We are doing the convention.
Yeah, we're going to be at Emerald City Comic-Con, and I have a special guest. My daughter, Jade Hope's going to attend, and she's got a nice little surprise for you guys.
I just found out that Nate Made It is going to join us. You know, Comic Pops is going to be there. He's feeling better. He didn't make it to C2E2. We also have Russ the Comic Sensei and Fire Guy Ryan at the list at #1, the hottest book in any multiverse, any timeline, on planet Earth. The first Marvel family. Fantastic Four issue #1.
San Diego Comic-Con announced that this will start Phase 6. They got to get Reed Richards in there somehow for Secret Wars, and we have some record breakers to discuss. A CGC 0.5 sold for $9,000 in January, and it's up 6%, now selling for $9,500.
And then we have a 5.5. This type of sale doesn't happen often. Traditionally, maybe once in 12 months. And it happened 3 months ago, setting an all-new record for $48,000 in May, now selling for an increase of 5%, landing half of $100,000, selling for $50,400. Hot damn, comic fam. People are investing in the first Marvel family for good reason. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said. Comic fam, join the Geminites. Subscribe to GemMint from GemMint Collectibles, an amazing channel doing statue review, unboxings, action figure reviews. He reviews Omnis. He talks about comics every single week, and he's my homie. We have 2 other videos for you to check out. Peep the runners-up list, the books that almost made the Hot 10, and have a great week.